Hello, all of you out there. I hope this is finding you well on this Wednesday or whatever day you end up watching this. And my prayer is that you are staying healthy and doing as best as you can be expected. I'm going to read from Proverbs, the 4th chapter today, and I encourage you to pull out the scripture and read all of it, but I'm going to only read verses 23 through 27, just for timing. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flows the spring of life. Put away from you crooked speech, and put devious talk far from you. Let your eyes look directly forward, and your gaze be straight before you. Keep straight the paths of your feet, and all of your ways will be sure. Do not swerve to the right or to the left. Turn your foot away from evil. Now, this is a scripture I've had playing for a couple weeks now in my head because of a conversation I had with my sister-in-law. My brother, I've talked about him before. He is from Zimbabwe. He came over and met my family, and in my family, he's become part of the family. And his wife is from Colombia. And I had a conversation with her the other day. It was a lament of a conversation at the beginning because she was letting us know that the neighborhood that she's grown up in 11 years, that she's got along with all of her neighbors very, very well. Everybody seems to love each other and get along. Well, the people directly across from them put a Confederate flag. And my brother and sister-in-law know all the history of what that flag meant. And because they're people of color, it hurt. It was a flag that put a dagger in their heart. And they didn't know how to talk to their family, their neighbors. And so they were not going to. And then my nephew, my wonderful nephew, who I still see him as he was a baby and as he grew up. He's still a little kid in my world. Wanted to go over and speak to the neighbors. And he's really intelligent and he can make a great argument. And I thought, great. And that's when my sister-in-law had to remind me that he can't just go over and speak to his neighbors because he's scary. And I can't see him as scary because I've watched him and I know him and I love him. But I think we can all take a moment and guard our hearts because it's easy to see people as scary. To see people of color or law enforcement or you name it as scary. Because we don't know them. How can we take some moments and meet the person across from ours? And remind ourselves that the devil is working and is trying to trick us into thinking people are frightening and that we need to be afraid. We don't. I believe we as people can do better than we have. And that is my prayer. Is you'll join me in guarding our hearts and trying to be better, trying to love our neighbor, no matter if they look like us or don't, or if they speak the same language or don't, if they're from the same party or not. To remind ourselves that we are people and loved by God. God is in all, Christ in all, and loves us all. May the peace that surpasses all understanding, may it be with you now and always. Until we talk again, thank you and have a great day.